Good morning, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're from. Hello and welcome to the first match of this quarterfinal Sunday. And our first match is going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to this one because this one's a little bit of an underrated matchup. Two players with massive confidence boosts in the last week. Karcher and Demonical. Two absolutely legendary players in their respective nations. And two very strong players who recently have kind of really made a good level of kind of confidence boost in this tournament. And it's going to be a great match. It's going to be a great match. But before then, let's see a message from our sponsor. There is a new drop here from our wonderful sponsors of Momokai. They make some fantastic keypads. I'm sure you're already aware of them. Our very little sponsor. Huge contribution to making this tournament possible. And this is a new drop on their keypads here. The Tap Trio includes a Momokai Tap Trio with a grey kind of backlit of it, with 3 Gateron Pro yellow prelude switches, 3 multicolor PPT R4 profile keycaps, which have the classic little bit of a yellow tint with it, and exclusive Corsace logo stickers. You don't want to miss it. Beautiful drop, fantastic keypads, strongly recommend it. And thank you for Momokai for being a very little sponsor of Corsace. Much love, much love. Alrighty. Now that we have expressed our wonderful thanks to our lovely sponsors of Momokai, again, go get their keypads. They're very good. Always epic. Let's get into the match here. Karcher and Demonical. Two very strong players and two very kind of restored players. Mentally restored, you could say. I am Sad Shiva, by the way. The commentators up there have been switched kind of last minute. I was going to have Dio join me, but unfortunately he isn't able to make it, so it will just be me for today. Or for this match at least. We've got plenty more matches up ahead of us, and I'm sure we're going to see a couple more casters coming as well. But I will be casting every match today, I believe. There we go. There's my name updated up there. I will be solo casting this match, but don't you worry. I'm good at talking too much, so it's going to help out. Both these guys have newfound confidence. Karcher kind of having a little bit of an early struggle in this tournament, having a little bit of an underperformance in the qualifiers, and I believe it was due to a lag spike, and he managed to get that fixed. He had a computer issue, but it managed to get fixed, I believe, so assuming that stays the same, and assuming that hasn't come back, Karcher could really perform really well in this tournament. I think as long as he's got that condition back, as long as he's got the confidence back, I think he's going to do really good, and we could see some really good results here from Karcher. Looking back at Demonical, though, Demonical has been, in my eyes, criminally underrated in this tournament. I think he really proved how strong he is and how well versed he is in the tournament scene with that previous match against White Cat. Demonical always been a fantastic player, but never kind of really been in a major spotlight until recently, and where he took that match against White Cat, very close win for White Cat, but it was still a great match to watch, and Demonical really gave White Cat a run for his money. So he's going to be finding newfound confidence, and that's what I'm looking forward to seeing reflected in this match. We're going into the banned stage here, and Double Time 1 is banned for Karcher, and Double Time 3 as well. Not wanting to avoid those double time mechanics, wanting to avoid the speed. Karcher, despite being well versed, I think it's safe to say he doesn't want to handle Demonical on those heavy mechanics, heavy double time, speedy stuff. And I completely understand that. Both of those maps are also high AR reading, and Demonical is brilliant on those maps. So it's safe to say Karcher's gone for a very straightforward ban system. For Demonical here, normal 2 and hidden 2, pretty understandable. Both very strong maps for Karcher. Karcher being very well versed in the 3 mods outside of double time, but particularly in hard rock. So I'm surprised to not see any hard rock bans here. Maybe Demonical feeling a little bit more consistent, more comfortable on that hard rock. Maybe not wanting to take the risk on the hidden 2, considering that Karcher is probably going to be very solid on the reading. But we do see a first pick here for Demonical, and it is going to be No Mod 6. So once again, our bans are Double Time 1 and Double Time 3 for Karcher, No Mod 2 and Hidden 2 for Demonical. We are going to be going into the No Mod 6 pick for Demonical. This is the very heavy reading gimmick map. Very awkward. And very reading intensive. Here we go, guys. Our first match of the quarterfinal Sunday. between Karcher and Demonical starts with this normal 6. Now, as you can already see, this map has some very frightening overlaps, very awkward patterns. This is AR6 heavy reading intensive maps here. You can already see a little bit of a struggle there from Karcher in the early stages of this map. It's very practice inherent. It's very important that you understand what's going on in these certain patterns. There are lots of overlaps, lots of weird patterns that can really destroy you if you're not ready for it. But we're seeing a little bit of an early struggle here from Karcher, not being able to maintain a good combo, let alone accuracy, constantly dropping. Whether it be a lack of practice or just not being able to kind of get himself adjusted. It's an unfortunate start for Karcher. Hopefully he's going to try and get a recovery here, because Demonical going into this first third is really dominating here with a beautiful FC and beautiful accuracy as well. It's an awkward situation here for Karcher. He's still missing. He can't read this. I think it's safe to say that he hasn't maybe practiced this. He hasn't understood the patterns very well. He's trying his best to read it, but it's just not coming out for him. And these patterns are brutal, mind you. Demonical is being an absolute beast by hitting all of this, and you can tell that he's practiced hard on this. But it's simply not a map for Karcher. Beautiful pick coming out here for Demonical. Looking at the weaknesses, knowing what to go for, and practicing, taking the time to practice. He does find a break, but honestly, I think it's way too little too late. I think Karcher has struggled enough here. It is a very, very dominant start here for Demonical going into this late stages. He does miss again, unfortunately, and does crack a little bit with a few misses, but really does not matter with the final results. But still a solid score here from Demonical. This map is this map is considered to be really dirty, very, very unforgiving if you're not ready for it. If you're not comfortable in the reading, if you haven't practiced the overlaps, it can be really dangerous and terrifying to play. And you can see Demonical really made fruition with that practice and got a beautiful first pick on against Karcher. Now it's his turn to go for another option to maybe even out the playing field. Now, I would consider Karcher here to be a bit more on the flexible side. I think Karcher's, despite Demonical proving how flexible he is in the last match against Whitecat, I think Karcher does still take a little bit of an edge. I think we could look into an early comfort hard rock. We could look into a no mod. But honestly, anything can happen here for Karcher. I think hard rock is probably known to be one of his more comfortable mods. So you might want to kind of entry out with a hard rock 1, hard rock 2. But what is he going to go for? We're going to be going to see Milk Kernel Sinica. Now, Karcher is also very, very good on hidden 1. Genuinely comfortable hidden player. Genuinely really, really good on mid AR to high AR hidden. Kind of a comfort thing. I don't think he's the one who would prioritize hidden onto normal maps, but it is still regardless a very, very comfortable pick here for Karcher and very understandable here. This map's very aim intensive, has a lot of awkward patterns, AR 9.8 to 55 BPM, mechanics heavy awkward aim. And this background kind of signifies how much of a banger this map is. That is Hatsune Miku having a rap battle with Kanye. I'm sure if you watched the Apple Showcase, you were equally as amazed as I was when I saw the first background here. But let's go into the map itself here. An early break here from Demonical, giving Karcher that early dominant lead. We can already see lots of awkward jumps here. Karcher finds a break on that square pattern. There really isn't much going on so far. Another trade here from Demonical. We see a notable comfort advantage here in favor of Karcher. You would expect Demonical to be a little bit more comfortable on this, but he doesn't seem to have had a very good early start. Maybe it's readjusting into that previous normal 6. Or maybe it's just the start of this map really not doing well for him. But this beautiful awkward aim map here by Hydron is currently tripping up Demonical massively here. Going into the first quarter of the map here, Karcher continues to hold on to this combo, but going into the first Ki, you can see these awkward jumps ramp up in difficulty throughout the Ki. And another drop from Karcher is going to lose his combo. He does still hold the advantage, and Demonical continues to trade him out. And Demonical is having a bit of an issue there. Not sure what that is. Maybe adjusting his grip. That's a strange situation there for Demonical. He just found a massive Chambers, losing a ton of score. He was just over 100k just now, so that's a bit of an awkward situation there. But surprisingly, Demonical holds the combo advantage, but this is the first half, and no major FCs are in, but Karcher definitely seems to be more of a comfortable player. It kind of depends really on this next KI, because this could lead to a comeback here from Demonical if he holds past the next KI, because this second half, despite getting a little bit more difficult, is more than possible for Demonical to play on. I think maybe that adjustment of grip has actually made him feel a lot better, because he is holding onto this combo building up to the next KI. Karcher has made a good recovery, and the accuracy is going to really benefit him and kind of holding the fort, but both players drop. That's really good for Karcher. He's still got about 600,000, 700,000 even. Actually, no, never mind. It's about just under 7,000 flat. And it's a good situation here for Karcher. Going into the slow section here, he's got massive build-up. Demonical breaks once again. We've not seen any major combos here from either player. But it is Karcher who's holding the fort, holding the high consistency, and just winning overall on comfort. That early Chambers from Demonical is going to be hugely detrimental, especially considering these scores are being relatively low for most players' standards. We're going to a little bit of a harder section here, building up into the next KI. Both players hit the jumps, and Karcher drops. I don't know if there's enough time for Demonical. That Chambers again could really punish him here. He's cut his score quite low, and even if he holds here, I don't think he's got enough time to come back here. Karcher as well, building up a little back up to combo, but breaks again. But there's the drop from Demonical, and that's 100% sealed it now. Karcher definitely takes this hit and one. And we did see a notable struggle from both of these players. It doesn't seem to be too much of a comfort side here. But yeah, a little bit unfortunate there for Karcher. Karcher is kind of known for being very comfortable on these header maps, but it's safe to say that he had a bit of an underperformance this map. I was expecting a lot more, but a lot of misses from both these players, very low combos, but still Karcher pulls through. Karcher gets the victory with 300k, evening out the playing field. Now it's now Demonical's turn to go for a pick. And because those two double time mechanics maps are gone, he hasn't got many surefire picks that he can kind of dominate on. He may go for the numbered 1. He could go for the hidden 2. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Hidden 2's banned. Take that back. He is going to go for numbered 4. That is going to be the next pick here for Demonical. Very, very nice. Now, this map is absolutely brutal. This map is extremely slider intensive. High density. Very slider heavy aim. It's just stupid hard. This drop, as you can hear, this is one of the core things in this map that will really jog your memory if you saw it in our previous matchups. And it's yeah, it's a pretty funky one. Very high velocity slider aim, 200 BPM, 1 minute and 45 seconds long, so a little bit more on the shorter size here. Yeah, CS4. AR 9.8, a little bit more on the faster side. But nothing too major of these players. What's really going to matter are these intense sliders in the KIs. Ay, Demonical. The map hasn't even started yet, bro. Here we go. You see a little bit of break from Demonical on the streams, and this is where you can see where the slider aim can really kick in. Karcher being a little bit known for being really strong on the tech, but he's made an unfortunate break there at the start here on the first KI. You can already tell these sliders are absolutely brutal. You see quite a few jumps going into really long sliders with high velocity. You have to really make sure you got that slider aim intact. And both players really struggling here on the accuracy department, both hitting a B rank on the first break. First third of this map. But it is Demonical who holds on to the lead with a distinguished combo. Going into another KI, another heavy slider section. And Karcher just seems to not be able to catch up. Which honestly is a little bit uncharacteristic of Karcher. I was expecting him to maybe get a little bit higher combo here, unfortunately, but it doesn't seem to be working out for him. Demonical is holding on to this combo now. And is soaring ahead with his lead now. Practically doubling the score now. He continues to hold throughout that Ki. Now building up to the final quarter here, Demonical has lots of combo. And Kartra just simply cannot get enough score. I think it's too little too late here for Kartra. Demonical will 100% take this number 4 in pretty dominating fashion. He does unfortunately break on that combo, but a brilliant second half performance there from Demonical. Does unfortunately Chambers on that stream, but that 500k. He's going to take into victory. It's 2-1 Demonical now. His card just turned to even out again. We instantly see the number 3 here picked for Kartra. Reincarnation Apple. This one has been widely known by the Corsace staff as Corsace Alt. This is pretty awkward snap aim heavy alt here. Very unique patterns, very unique kind of situations you're going to be putting yourself in terms of your aim. But generally, it is a custom, and it is 4 minutes and 36 seconds long. It is very awkward aim control heavy alt with lots of really weird snap aim and some uncomfortable patterns to give him practice for it. So this is Kartra's chance to continue to even out the playing field with another point of his own. And here we go. Good early start here for Demonical. Holding on to the central combo. Kartra does have the lead from an early combo and does recover pretty well, but Demonical breaks on this pattern and chain misses at that. Unfortunate no luck there for Demonical. He seems to have been hitting it quite well, but maybe a little bit of a misinput led to a big chain miss, giving Kartra that combo advantage and keeping himself extending the score lead. Here we go, going into the first Ki. You can already see these patterns kind of extend. Kind of a, I guess you could call it decel axel, kind of speeding up and then slowing down again. And we're seeing this big cut. Kartra continues to hold it, but Demonical holding on to a higher combo. As long as he holds up this next Ki, he's got a huge opportunity to extend it further and maybe overtake. The section's a little bit tight here, a little bit of a very awkward double section, but Demonical seems to be comfortable enough. Kartra's trying to hold on with a beautiful hold, but at the very moment it's Demonical who's holding on to this combo lead, and as long as he holds for not too much longer, he's gonna get the overtake. But it's close. Kartra does drop though. That's a big break here, and that's definitely gonna flip it, but never mind. Oh my god, a drop from Demonical just before the flip. He's lost his advantage now. For such a long time, he was slowly gaining back. But that break at the worst time possible has suddenly led to a standstill on the score here. And Kartra's now got the combo lead. He's going to slowly gain it back up. But in this next Ki, anything can happen here. But Demonical drops once again. Kartra refusing to break in this next Ki. But he does drop there. So it's going to even out the playing field once again. Demonical kind of equalizing the combo now. It's 30,000 in favor of Kartra right now. Demonical's going to have to really hope for a break here from Kartra to push ahead. Oh, this next Ki is dangerous. Another drop from Demonical. He has such a brilliant combo there at the first half, but he ends up dropping quite a lot now. He's not being able to maintain a substantial combo here. Karcher does drop, though. There's not enough time, unfortunately. Karcher may have lost that big combo, but it's not going to be enough. Still ahead by about 40,000. And Karcher will take the number 3. It's 2-2 now. Pretty close scores here. You can see Demonical with the higher top combo, but the miscount is what really, really differentiates each other's scores. Karcher, despite losing in combo game, had much less misses, far less breaks, far more consistent combo. And that's what gave him the lead. That's what kept him going. And I believe we already have an instant pick here from Demonical. It's going to be the double time 2. Now, this double time 2 is very, very stamina intensive. It is probably the most stamina heavy DT2 we've had in this tournament so far. This is 250 BPM, stupid back and forth streams, just constant. Flow aim heavy with very sudden and tight turns. But just overall, it is constant. All the time, you're always going to have these 250 BPM streams. And this is not known to be a major comfort point for Karcher. This is a Karcher, though, we're talking about here. Someone who is more than capable of doing well on maps that are not considered his strong suit. We've seen an early miss here from Demonical, giving Karcher the early lead, but this map is quite long. About nearly 3 minutes. For a double time, that is very long. It is yeah, very close to 3 minutes. That's quite long for a DT. And you can already see these really, really tight, high BPM stream patterns here. CS4, AR 9.9. Karcher maybe losing the accuracy battle here, but is winning on combo game. Oh, but he does find a break, but so does Demonical. Demonical did get a little bit of an overtake there because of the accuracy advantage. By a lot, might I add, about a whole 7% in favor of Demonical here. It's going to be massive. It's going to be a huge giveaway. It's going to really help him control his score. Karcher with that drop gave Demonical, for a second, a huge, huge jump in score difference. And that's given him the lead. And now Karcher cannot hold on. He's lost his stamina in the first half now. Demonical still looks really solid with a 400 combo and counting. But Karcher's dropping a lot more accuracy. Karcher cannot hold on. Unless we see a little bit of a stamina recovery here in the second half. This does look like it's gonna soar in favor of Demonical. Already 100k in his favor. Another drop from Karcher. Traded by Demonical, but still the advantage is his. Demonical hits that big tight stream pattern, giving him a huge combo advantage over Karcher now. We're building up to a little bit of a tougher section here into the final quarter of the map, but the difficulty will ramp up a little bit. You can see the flow aim intensify just a little bit. Some really awkward back and forth, tight streams. But it's Demonical who holds. Demonical who stays in the lead. Going into this final section here, we'd have to see Demonical completely fall apart here to take the loss. But it's not going to happen. Demonical takes the double time 2. And it looked promising for Karcher in the first half, but I think the stamina was a little bit too much for him. He couldn't maintain a good combo on these long streams. He did try, but that miscount and accuracy speaks thousands of words there. And it is now Karcher's chance to get another pick. So far, it's been very back and forth. Now, considering looking at Karcher's previous picks, I wouldn't be surprised to maybe see the Hard Rock 1. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Hidden 3. Oh, sorry, the Hidden 3 on Game XL3 WC. And we are going to see an aim map. We're going to see the number 1. Now, I'm a little bit surprised to have seen the normal one and not the hard rock one, as Demonical is quite known for being good on aim. So it's a bit of a frightening prospect here. Quite a contested map. Maybe an opportunity for Demonical to get a breakpoint on the board. But let's make something very clear. This song absolutely slaps, and this map absolutely slaps. Custom map by Milia, I believe. And this is very mechanics-heavy jump consistency. This has some very frightening jumps, very big jumps, and especially towards the ending, where there are some 1-2 jumps that you would regret playing if you were these players, because they can be really frightening if you're not ready for them. But here we go. We're going into normal 1. Probably the most dangerous map we've seen since earlier. First map here that's going to be kind of a hotly contested one. A big chance here for Demonical to maybe come through, but we see an early misser at the very start, resetting his combo. But already we're going to be going into a slow section, building up the first Ki. And Karcher holding on to his early lead here, but it is more than capable of dropping. This is no mod 1. Always threatening to your combo. We see lots of intense jumps here. And going to those back and forth. Karcher hits them, but Demonical misses. We're going into the first Ki. Karcher looking so strong right now. He continues to hold on to this 400 combo and gaining. Is he going to hit the final jump? So he does not. He breaks just beforehand. And Demonical holds. This is dangerous here for Karcher. We've got a little bit of a slower part here. Yes, of course, there's going to be still jumps, but the big Ki with the heavy jumps are not going to be present for a little while. But Demonical misreads on an awkward back and forth pattern. Linear patterns going back and forth really can mess you up if you're not ready for them. And he's given Karcher a huge leeway here to extend his score even more. He breaks on once again more jumps and just does not look ready. It is Karcher to hold. Going into the second half very soon, just building up to the next Ki. Going into the big build up to the Ki. Karcher continues to hit these jumps. Beautiful, beautiful stuff here. Continuing to see the score lead further and further forward in favor of Karcher. Are we going to see him hit these big jumps past the Ki? He does not, and neither does Demonical. Combo completely reset here, building up to the final third of this map. The South Korean legend has still got so much score in front of him into this build-up. We're going to have something magical here from Demonical, and maybe a little bit of bad juju for Karcher. But both players see the scores. The break has come through. Demonical knows the situation he's in. And it's a tough hill to climb. He's going to have to hope for multiple things to go in his favor, whether he holds into these next hard jumps and if Karcher falls apart. All right. Here we go. Combo dead even. A little bit in favor of Karcher, actually. But Karcher does find a drop. I don't think there's enough time. Demonical continues to hit these, though. Does hit the big stream. And it seems like he's going to FC the final Ki. Oh, no, he doesn't. Just misses on one of the last circles. But I think regardless, unfortunately, despite the valiant effort from Demonical towards the late stages of this map, Karcher takes it and keeps the flow going. The pick wins, go back and forth for 6 maps in a row. And it could go for more with this next pick from Demonical. But the more this goes, the more exciting the next picks are going to be. Because there are not many picks available now for these players to truly exploit. Kartra does have the Hard Rock, but Demonical, I'd say, is pretty good as well. Maybe Kartra wants to save it for more of a comfort thing towards the late stages when he needs it the most, but at the very moment, it's dead even. It's 3-3. You don't really want to risk going for those big picks, and Demonical whips out the number 5. Something that is very up his alley, especially after discovering Kartra's big weakness on this double time 2. This is 4.5 minutes long, high density, 260 BPM speed. Has a little bit of reading in this as well, very note dense. So yeah, this is a very, very bursty, very, very uncomfortable if you are not prepared for it. As I mentioned before, this is AR 9.3, a little bit lower AR than you'd expect for these high mechanics speed maps. So people have mentioned that there is a little bit of a hit of reading in this as well. And I'm sure you will notice it here in this map. Because of the heavy density here, there are a lot more circles around, a lot more to pay attention to, and a lot more to memorize when you're playing this. Kartra's got an early break here, struggling to get notable accuracy, whereas Demonical looks really, really good. Another break from Kartra. Continuation of the FC here for Demonical. Demonical looks so comfortable on this. Kartra's not just able to get a footing. He can't get a footing. He can't get the combo that he needs. And Demonical's so far ahead. Let me just add, this map is 4.5 minutes long. It is a long-ass map, ladies and gentlemen. And you got to be consistent. You've got to have notable combos maintained throughout the map. And Demonical not only FCing with phenomenal combo, but it's just not enough for Kartra. Kartra cannot get any withstanding combo to maybe try and fight back a little bit. It is an entire 200,000 score here for Demonical, and counting way faster than most maps would. Not only holding on to the FC, but holding on to really solid accuracy for this map. No, might I add again, this is 260 BPM, bursty speed, AR 9.3. With density as high as this, it's a little bit tough to read. There are going to be a few patterns that you might trip up on, but Demonical looks so comfortable, so clean. And Kartra, shocked at the prospect that we see Demonical destroying on this map. And the longer this goes, the longer he holds his FC, his score is going to slowly skyrocket. Because normally in the first half of every map, Score V2 kind of holds on a little bit. Kind of gets led to be patient. It's in the late stages where you see the score really gain. Okay, it's a little bit more of an awkward section here. See a few more bursty situations, a few more jumps, a few more weird aim patterns, but for the most part, it's all clean, all fine and dandy for our Demonical here. He does unfortunately find a break. I think it's safe to say he's already won the match. Already won the map at least. This is not a comfortable map here for Kartra. You just cannot hold on. I really do think this AR 9.3 is getting to him a little bit. Yeah, I think Kartra is done with this. AR 9.3, not a fan, as you can tell. Yeah, just not a map that he's comfortable with. Just not an AR, not a level of density that he can play with. And Demonical took full advantage of that. Not only knowing what he's comfortable on, knowing what he's good on, but also noticing a huge advantage in speed and stamina from that incredible performance of Double Time 2. You just know you want to go for another one like that again. And with that, Demonical takes number 5. There's 4-3, but we've seen the repeat come back and forth. When are we going to see a breakpoint? This gets exciting, ladies and gentlemen. This is where it gets really exciting. Late stages here, Demonical is at 4-3 up. Next pick from Kartra could be really important. And it is going to be Hard Rock 1 here for Karcher, saving up what I think most people would agree is one of his best skill sets. The legend will never die. Mint difficulty. This Hard Rock 1 is pretty funky. A very lovely custom from our favorite mapper, Chaser. Thank you very much for this map. Very epic. It is very well balanced and very consistent. I would personally say this is a pretty fun Hard Rock 1 to play, might I add. And it's pretty good. Pretty epic map. But it is very consistent. Mostly stays the same throughout the majority of the map here. This is lots of high spacing aim. CS 5.4, so a little bit higher than your average 5.2. But it continues to jump at you. Constant jumps, constant aim. It does get a little bit harder in the very late stages here. We are seeing a few early breaks from both of these players. I'm sure they do need a little bit of time to adjust, in fairness. They did just play an AR 9.3 speed map, so I think they need a little bit of time to adjust to the hard work. They are holding on to their combos now. With an early lead hit from Demonical. But a break as well. Score immediately flips back in Karcher's favor. And things get a little bit interesting in the last third, late stages of the map, where we see a few more frightening patterns. But so far, it's looking really easy, looking really simple. Karcher holding on to the combo, and the early break from Demonical giving me a disadvantage state in the score department. But he has recovered decently well. He's going up to about 200 combo, so he's got a chance to recover here if Karcher drops. And there he goes! Going into the first Ki. Not a good time to break here for Karcher, especially if he hits this hard part. It's an unfortunate miss, but there goes Demonical. Unfortunately, not being able to maintain the advantage that you had for just a little bit in this Ki. Those massive jumps there really end up tripping up both of the players here. Yeah, we're seeing multiple breaks here. We're seeing multiple big major drops. Demonical missing on that entire triangle shape pattern. Unfortunate chain miss there from Demonical. But it is Karcher with the lead. This is where it gets tough, ladies and gentlemen. This is where it gets complex. Stuff gets a little bit harder. Things ramp up just a little bit, and there are a few more patterns that can really trip you up. Square jumps there, trips up no one. Demonical has a small advantage in combo, but he drops it straight away. And you can see those really weird double sections that could trip someone up, and does trip up Demonical just after. So these Zane looking at jumps do not phase Karcher at all. And I believe he's trying to say, I give up. Just an unfortunate situation there from Demonical, not being able to maintain a substantial combo to fight Karcher. But it is once again going to be evened out. This match continues to bounce back and forth for both of these players in their picks. We haven't seen a singular breakpoint yet. And it's going to be dangerous now. You can see the distinguished here in the miscount. 23 misses for Demonical and 3 for Karcher. Karcher looking way more comfortable on this. And this is going to be the last pick for each of these players. Both of these guys having one more map to choose. And Demonical's gone for the hidden 3. This hidden 3 is very, very tech heavy. And I think that's safe to say, considering Demonical did kind of destroy on this number 4. He wants to go for something that's a little bit more on the weaker side for Karcher. Although on paper, you would expect Karcher to be quite good on this. This is situational. This is a match that's kind of determined the playing field at the moment. And that hidden 3 seems to be the best option here for Demonical. This map is tech heavy with lots of slidering patterns and cut streams. And it's also, I believe, a bit on the shorter side. Just under 2 minutes. We're going into the first Ki here. So far, so good here for Demonical. Only break from Karcher giving him the advantage. And on that big cut stream, the big space stream there, doesn't trip up either player. Both players looking really solid so far, despite that early miss over from Karcher. Demonical drops though. This is dangerous territory right now. There's a bit of a huff. There's a bit of a Ki here that's building up. And Karcher continues to hold on. He hits the space stream. And this is huge for Karcher. Demonical's had the advantage for quite a while, but now this is the chance for Karcher to come back. Demonical has recovered just a little bit, building up to about 200. But there is lots of room for Karcher to play off. He just has to hold for a little bit longer. The advantage is his. Building up to the next stream, building up into the final Ki here. Not the final Ki, sorry. The last third of here into another Ki. I believe there is one more Ki. But you know what you see. Look at these really frightening bursts. They're tripping up Demonical. And Karcher's putting up a brilliant score right now. It was just that one early miss. Nothing else seems to phase him. And he's looking really, really, really good. He's extending his lead further and further now. To the point where it's almost too far gone. Demonical with another miss. I think that's it. We're going to see the first breakpoint here of this match. Karcher takes it. And unfortunately, he may lose that big combo, but I think he's done enough. 600k on this hidden 3 is pretty solid. And he may chain miss on that cut stream, but it's not going to be enough. We finally see a breakpoint in this match. And now Karcher's in brilliant territory. Despite the miscount, it really was that combo that really pushed him ahead, winning on that combo game. Combo game. Combo game. Absolutely shredding on this combo game. 948 combo to Demonical's 444. And this is Karcher's chance to finish it off, to seal the coffin. He's gone for the Hard Rock 2. This will be the final picked map here of this match. And what a good one to go off of for Karcher, sticking with this Hard Rock comfort. Demonical's got a lot to do. This is a very long, 3 minutes and 34 seconds long, CS 6.8 precision. But I think what's something to notice here is that this is a little bit more on the flow aim heavy ult side, I'd say. Has a little bit more of those patterns. You'd expect most precision maps to be a little bit more like the easy jumpy side, but this one, very ult heavy as you can see. Lots of cuts, lots of decel axle ult patterns. And this could lead to quite a few chain misses if you're not comfortable on it. So far, so good. You do see a drop from Karcher. Demonical with that early advantage. Going to be slowly pushing back the advantage down in his favor. And Karcher with another drop, actually. As long as Demonical holds on here, he's going to get the lead. He's going to maybe push it just a little bit far now. He's gone up to about 350 combo going into this first quarter. And yes, this map is long. There's plenty of room to come back. And a drop from Demonical. It's going to swing back the combo advantage in favor of Karcher. And slowly going to give him the advantage. But we're seeing multiple breaks from both players. Both players resetting multiple times now. So far, it looks really even. There's no kind of major distinguished combo here unless we see a multiple breaks here from one singular player. Karcher's going to be the first to drop. Are we going to see it traded here from Demonical? He's holding on to his advantage now, about 125k and climbing. About 40,000 advantage in his favor, but he does have the break on this next ki. A few misses as well, but Karcher is dropping it as well. We're not seeing any major combo advantage, and if we do, it's traded instantly. Combo dead even now, basically. Only about 20 in favor of Demonical. Karcher's got a lot to do. This second half is going to be very, very decisive. A miss from Demonical. Are we going to see it traded by Karcher? So far, we don't. And it's quickly flipping into this next ki here. Karcher misreads on a slider. Ay, ay, ay. He had the advantage for quite a while, but he could have flipped it if he spent just a little bit more time. If he just on there just a little longer. But once again, Demonical holds on to the combo advantage. Does drop it. We're seeing lots of back and forths here. We're not seeing anything massive here. Both these players are struggling immensely on this. Demonical still maintains the score advantage, but Karcher with this climbing combo does miss it, but is slowly gaining. The gap generally in these situations where both these players are missing with their combo, Karcher often tends to be the winner here with more score lead than not. And the break comes through, the pressure is on. Demonical knows the situation that he's in. He could secure tiebreaker if he holds on, but the pressure is massive. This is his time to hold. This is his time to pop off. And Karcher with another drop. I think it's too far too good. Too far too gone. I think that's it. Demonical may drop, but I don't think there's enough time for Karcher to recover. Despite both these players struggling so massively on this map, it is Demonical who comes up on top on this Hard Rock 2. Once again, evening out the playing field, even with the breakpoints. And we are going to be seeing tiebreaker. Unfortunate situation for Karcher. I think he was hoping for the comfort to maybe come in for his favor. The miscounts were identical, as you can see. But it was Demonical who edged out slightly in the combo game. You can kind of see where the drops came through as well. But we're going to be seeing tiebreaker now, ladies and gentlemen. I believe this is the first tiebreaker of the tournament. So this is very exciting. I would like to get a little confirmation, but I do believe that this is the first tiebreaker of Corsace Closed 2023. Yeah, I've got confirmation from production. This is indeed the first tiebreaker. This tiebreaker, man, Sacred Bones Riot. This is a very mechanics-heavy flow aim map that has a lot of jumps, a lot of frightening tech patterns as well. But it's the flow aim that's mostly tested here. And this is what drives the case that Karcher could take this. Because there are lots of really dangerous streams there that can really trip you up. And here we go. This match decides who goes home and who advances. These guys have fought so long and hard in these previous maps, and this is the map that it all comes to. A little bit of accuracy drop and a drop in combo here from Demonical in the early stages, but there's plenty of time. So of course, being tiebreaker has tiebreaker length, 5 minutes long. You got lots of time to recover. Early mid from Demonical is going to give Karcher the early advantage. But this is 8.09 stars, 200 BPM, CS 4.2 AR, 9.7 OD, 9.2. This map is pretty damn mechanics heavy. But it's in the key eyes where we're going to be seeing the most breaks. It's where we're going to be seeing the most impact with these really hard streams. Karcher continues to hold on to this advantage. Demonical has recovered though. It was just that little pattern that's tripped him up. He seems to be relatively comfortable on this generally.
But going into this KI, you can already see a little bit of these streams here. Lots of twists and turns, lots of high diesel axle. First place stream comes through. Both players hold. But Karcher holds on to the advantage still. But Demonical cracks. He breaks on that space stream. And Karcher, expressing his immaculate skill on this flow aim, continues to hold throughout this first KI, maintaining the FC into the first third of this TB. Demonical's got lots of work to do. He's up against a Karcher who's going up to about 1,000 combo now. This is a dangerous prospect here. We're going into the first third, and there's lots of little bit slow sections here that can kind of build up Karcher's combo even more. The score looks close now, but if Karcher holds for a little longer, it's going to start really pushing forward in his favor. Little stream pattern here, little semicircle stream pattern. Does not trip at either player. But first another big stream section here just before the KI. Both players hold. Karcher's got such a massive combo here. Building up more and more, but he does drop. Now this is great territory here for Demonical, but he's gonna have to hold on to these really tough sections. He's already expressed a little bit of discomfort, and there's the drop. He had the chance, but it's gone right in front of him in the KIs. And he doesn't seem to be able to keep up with his space streams. He hits it just in the late part there, but it's not gonna be enough. Karcher may drop as well, but so much damage has been done. A little bit of a slower part here. The combos are very close. About 50 in favor of Karcher, and the break comes through. The break has been shown. Both players know their circumstances, and this is where the consistency and the nerve control is going to really matter. Demonical knows he's on the back foot, but Karcher also knows that there's still hope for Demonical to come back. He knows he's still got to maintain the consistency and maintain the combo throughout this hard part here, building up to the next KI. Going to the guitar solo section. A little bit more on the jumpy side with a few extra streams on top. We are not seeing any misses, but a chain miss from Karcher on this stream. Can Demonical hold? I think he is. I think he's got it. There's still a little bit more sections here, but Karcher with that break could be massive. And Demonical hits it. There's hope. But there's still a lot more to go. There's still a few map to go. There's still a KI left in the ending section. And Demonical drops. That is disastrous for Demonical. He had such an advantage, such a huge chance to come back. But that break just before the KI has given Karcher huge room to just extend and not let Demonical breathe. And going into this space stream, both players drop, and that's just sealing the coffin for Demonical. There are only a few nails left for your coffin. And I think that's been sealed. The last nail's going to be hammered in now. Going into this final part. I think it's safe to say that Karcher's taken it by exactly 100,000 and counting. It was really hard fought. Both players had a huge advantage at some point, and Demonical had a brilliant chance, but unfortunately choked on an understandably pretty tough section. And when you're in these situations with these players, you can't help but feel terrified for them. But it will be Karcher that takes the TB, and will be the winner for your first TB in this Corsace Closed 2023. But that is it. It's been a close match. It was very close. Both players played very valiantly. But unfortunately, we're going to have to say goodbye to Demonical, who will be knocked out in this loser's bracket stage. But Karcher played really well. It was really close, 6-5. But that is it for Demonical. Thank you so much for playing for Demonical. You pulled up a great show, I cannot lie. Demonical did some great performances in the previous matches, facing up and showing up against consistent, really good players. But Karcher came through. It was a constant back and forth for the first 8 maps. But then it was those final 2 breakpoints traded by both players, which made it look brilliantly close. And that TB was a roller coaster of emotions, ladies and gentlemen, a roller coaster of emotions. So many situations where Demonical could have come back. So many situations where you'd thought Karcher dropped it. But Karcher does appear victorious. He is the man who stands at the end of the battle. And Karcher takes the victory 6-5. With a very valiant effort from the Singaporean star. But that's it. GG's, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is the end for now. However, we do have another match coming up in a couple hours between Crystal and Enri. Two very, very strong tournament players. I strongly recommend you stick around in those 2 hours. But that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Thought I'd also add before we close this out, please, if you do have any epic spare change, do consider donating to Corsace. You contribute to our wonderful prize pools for our wonderful players. But that is it. That will be it. Donate to Corsace. If you heckin' love Corsace, smile. But that's going to be it for now. We do have another match coming in 2 hours. But that's going to be it for now. I've been Sad Shiba. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. And do come back in 2 hours' time for Crystal versus Enri. You don't want to miss it. But until then, we'll see you soon. Take care, guys.